Hello everyone, my name is Jamin. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. In this video, I have an Asus VivoBook 15, the M513 model. I'm going to show you how to get inside, access your storage. So first thing, power down your computer through the start menu. Make sure it's off and unplugged from your charger. We're then going to flip it over to access our bottom case screws. You have 10 screws on the bottom case. Once those are removed, you're going to take your small, flat plastic pry tool, and it's generally best to start near the rear, near one of the two corners. You're going to pry the bottom case apart from the rest of the computer. Be careful not to put the pry tool too far in. You could damage some internal components. Keep it on the edge. Go nice and slow but firm, and you'll be able to get that bottom case off. If you do get stuck going in one direction, leave it, go to the other side, and continue in the other direction. Once you get the bottom case off, this is what you're looking at for the inside of your computer. Now, as a general computer repair side note, whenever I'm working on a computer in my shop, it's sitting on an anti-static mat. Either that or an anti-static bracelet are great ideas to avoid damaging anything in your computer when you're working on it. If you would like any help with tools or supplies for your project, as well as any replacement or upgrade parts for this specific model, the M513, I will have a link above, also below in the description, and it will be a list of the tools and supplies I use, plus those replacement and upgrade parts. Now, before touching anything in a computer, it's always best to remove or at least unplug your battery. Computers are safest to work on when as little power as possible is running through them. Your battery is right down here near the bottom right of my screen. To unplug the battery, there's a small metal bar right here under the green arrow. You would slide that up towards the arrow. That will release this white clip, and then you can pull that straight up and off of the motherboard to unplug your battery. If you're looking to remove your battery, you do have to take off this metal bar here. As you can see, it's holding down the battery and the battery plug. So there's these three screws near the red arrows to take that metal bar up, and then these two last screws near the red arrows to unscrew the battery. The battery is also taped down to the fan near the blue arrow. You'll have to take that up, and then you'll be able to get your battery out. As far as storage, this computer has two different storage locations. We'll discuss this one first. This is an M.2 port right here. This takes the long 2280 solid-state drives, NVMe up to Gen 3. I will have all that information below in the description if you need it, but I will include a replacement and an upgrade solid-state drive below in the description in that link I told you about with all the replacement and upgrade parts for this model computer. To get it out, to replace it, you would undo this single screw here, and then you can pull this solid-state drive out of that port right there. Now, this port takes a max of 1 terabyte of storage space. So I will have a 500 gigabyte option if you're just looking to replace possibly a bad drive but not spend too much money. But I will also include a 1 terabyte solid state drive if you're looking to max out that location. The other storage location is down here. You may recognize this from older computers. This is a 2.5-inch SATA port right here, and it plugs into the motherboard right here. So in addition to buying the storage unit, you would have to buy the SATA connection with the ribbon cable that plugs into this port here. Below in the description, I will have a 1 terabyte solid state drive that you can put here. I will also have a smaller 500 gigabyte hard drive and a 1 terabyte hard drive. As a word of advice, the way that some people choose to operate their storage devices is they'll take a more expensive and faster solid state drive and they will install their operating system onto that so that it works quickly and their computer generally works very fast. As far as their other storage location, they will take a more cheap and slower but larger hard drive, and they will install that to this location and use that for their long-term storage, their files, their videos, their pictures, things like that. And that's generally seen as a good way to keep a lot of storage capacity while only using the faster, more expensive item for your operating system. If you would like a little more in-depth information on how hard drives and various kinds of solid-state drives are different from each other and how best to use them in different situations, I will have a video link below. It'll be an intro in how they're different from each other and when best to use them. Also, keep in mind that if you are installing a new drive into your computer, you most likely will need to install an operating system onto it afterwards. If you need help with that, I will have a video link above. It'll be a tutorial showing you how to install Windows 11 onto an Asus laptop. And if the drive you're replacing has gone bad, there is still a pretty good chance to recover the data on it if you would like. I will have more information about that below in the description as well. And last thing I can mention with this operation, if you are trying to increase your computer's performance, increase its speed, memory or RAM is the other large factor in that equation. So you have an additional RAM port here that you can install or upgrade your RAM to. The video that pops up when this video is done will explain more how to do that with RAM. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you on my next video.